The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
Handoff, Elliott plowing to the goal line. Barry, sacked by Lawrence. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now, your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick Walker, Rob Phillips, and Kyle Yeomans.
It is a Say It With Your Chest Friday here on Talkin Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. We've got our coffee and we are raring to go to finalize our previews and make some pick'ems as we get into week 4 of the NFL season and take a chance and take a look at the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. How's it going, everybody? Rob Phillips, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick Walker. I'm Kyle Yeomans.
Everything's fantabulous. I have to say, Black Rifle. Okay, so we took a bag of Black Rifle home.
Yeah, we
a couple weeks back when we first started.
Yeah,
my wife called me this morning, right before I headed this direction, and she was on one. She was hype. Okay. And Looney Tunes hype.
A good
hype. I mean,
just
powered up.
She was powered up.
I said, what did you take this morning? She said, well, I may have had a cup of Black Rifle coffee this morning.
So she was fully charged.
She was hype. She was charged up.
Which one was it? Was it the one
dude, I don't know.
You passed to me?
No, it wasn't the CAF, like the extra caffeine.
Yeah, it wasn't that one. No, I didn't take that one home. That'd have been. She might have did a cartwheel.
I think you took home the elk one.
Somersault.
Flying elk.
Which
honestly, it sounds like it's got some. It's got some
wings.
Some deer antler in there.
It sounds like it's got some wings.
Got some deer antlers.
Gives you wings.
Some deer antlers.
But yeah, needless to say, it woke her up. So yeah, get your Black Rifle because it works. Obviously,
you can get them at blackriflecoffee.com. I need some coffee. I didn't get a chance to go grab me any, but I'll get some after the show.
You don't have kids, Kyle. I don't have any sympathy for you at all. You get out of bed when you want to get out of bed.
Right. You just roll out and start. You just roll out and start partying.
Walks out the house when he wants to walk out the house. Must be nice, Kyle.
It is nice.
Enjoy it while you can, sir.
Yep.
Enjoy it while you can.
Wants to go to bed.
That ends for you next year.
Yep.
Whoa.
TikTok. TikTok.
It has been said.
She actually said that to me yesterday. She was like, "Can you imagine that next year we could potentially be getting ready?" And I was like,
"Ooh,
hint,
hint." She just want to see your reaction, Kyle.
It wasn't a good one.
That was a Nolan Ryan fastball.
It was a. Would you like to? What about a dog?
Yeah.
She threw that hint at 103.
Yeah,
from the bump, 103.
It wasn't subtle.
4-seamer.
It was not
right
subtle.
down Main Street.
Right
down Main Street.
I can't wait till we have this conversation in a year, and it's just going to be like the announcement, and it's going to be like, y'all are just going to laugh.
Because we're like, you don't like sleep, do you?
The sooner you understand you're no longer in control of this equation, the easier to be on you mentally.
It doesn't sound like you have a whole hell of a lot of say in the matter.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Not at all.
She knows that, too. She has all the leverage. All right, let's take a look at some news and notes here for the Dallas Cowboys. Heading into week 4, the Washington Commanders coming up on the docket. They were back on the practice field yesterday.
Yep, and no changes in the injury report, I believe, from Thursday, and I'm trying to find it, but it looks pretty clean for the Cowboys in terms of only one guy on the active roster not practicing, and that's Dak, and he was out there, no seesaws. We both saw him little short dink throws.
Doing Dak things.
Couple little rollouts there before practice got started.
Is he doing the Russell Wilson? Or he's going through a drive in his head and he's kind of just running
Thankfully
around?
Thankfully not.
Okay.
Thankfully not.
Wanted to know.
He was doing some left-handed tosses, so, who knows? He might be ambidextrous when he comes back.
He did some left-handed tosses. I saw him do 2 little tiny soft throws with the right hand. He's just got tape on the thumb. Yeah. So making progress, but Cooper Rush set to start this game on Sunday. Jaron Kearse, DeMarcus Lawrence, Connor McGovern, Dalton Schultz, all limited in practice, and Michael Gallup was full. So they are getting healthy at the right time. We'll see if all of those guys are available for this particular game, but that is definitely encouraging. And Micah Parsons not on this injury report this week, and he told us yesterday that he is night and day this week as far as feeling better from the flu-like symptoms that he had last week. And he also said his teammates have been making fun of him, too, because he was not in the sack column against the Giants. So
danger. Everybody got one but him, huh?
He's looking for that to change on Sunday.
What a bum.
Yeah.
Man, he's just
Scrub.
Yeah, he's washed. Oh, darn.
What a bust. What a draft bust. But no, he said that he feels 100%. And he did say that they were kind of poking fun at him, Demarcus Lawrence and some of the other guys, because he goose-egged.
I bet it's exactly what we just did. It's like they just walk around and they just give him the side eye and just a little bum comment and stuff like that because they know.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
They know. But I love the playful ribbing because given his competitive nature, Micah Parsons, I mean.
He's going to have 5 sacks this week.
Carson. Exactly.
Yep.
There you go. Oh, Carson.
You know exactly what that was.
Yeah.
Two more quick notes. Oh, it sounded like somebody burping. Honestly.
A nittin'.
We were on the show the other day, and I tried to say nittin'. Was it? I still can't say it.
It was on the pregame show.
My tongue doesn't move like that.
He wanted to talk about
nittany.
Yeah, you gotta throw the T's in.
Yeah, I
A
lot of people just roll through it, and it's almost like 2 syllables, but it's nitty lines.
A nitty.
I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna work on it, but I'm trash. I couldn't say it. I tried.
It was on the pregame show,
yeah.
and he was trying to say Barkley versus Parsons. He's excited to see the Nittany Lions. It sounded like Finding Nemo.
You got to pay him back for the lollipop. You got to go find that, cut it, and put it on Twitter.
No,
That's a good point.
It's not as good as the lollipop.
No. Nothing's going to be as good as the
friendly.
It won't be as good.
that would not be topped.
I don't think so.
No.
The way I do it is I just break the syllable. I just put a space right there, so it's
Nittany.
Nittany.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, and then you say
I'm just going to say lions.
Nittany lions.
Next time, I'm just going to say lions.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for everybody that's listening to the show right now.
Shouts out to Penn State.
What were your other notes, Rob?
2 quick ones on Cooper Rush. He's recorded an average time of throw to 2.3 seconds, thanks to our friends at PFF. Ranks second among starting quarterbacks behind only Tom Brady. He's also trying to be the first quarterback in Cowboys history to win his first 4 starts in the NFL. So potentially move over Captain America. And one note on the defense. Cowboys have held all 3 of their opponents to 19 points or fewer. First time that has happened in the first 3 games of a season for the Cowboys since 1974. So that speaks to how good this defense has been.
Cooper Rush is out there playing hot potato. Right? As soon as it hits his hand, he's like, oh, it's got to go.
Is that a part of the scheme?
Yes.
Is that just play calling?
It's
Kellen Moore?
It's a combination of the scheme and Cooper Rush understanding that it's best for his young offensive line to get the ball out as quickly as possible. So, kudos to Kellen Moore for scheming it up that way and making sure there's not a ton of, 5-step drops. It's much more, 2-3-step drops, get it out, 2-3, get it out. But again, it's also the Cooper Rush just understanding, hey, I got a young offensive line, and although Tyler Smith right now looks fantastic, prior to Jason Peters going in last week, you got a second-year guy in Matt Farniok, you got a young guy in Tyler Biadasz. So if I'm Cooper Rush, it just makes sense to try to get the ball out quicker, and it keeps those opposing edge rushers at bay.
So with that being said, when Dak Prescott comes back, is it going to be much of the same, or is it going to revert back to what we saw trying to push it down the field, and it's more of a methodical game, or is it get the football out quick and allow your offensive line to work? So I think that's the question: is how much do things change when Dak comes back into the fold?
I think it needs to be the same until further notice. Keep in mind, Dak Prescott, and we talked about this, Isaiah, Rob, Kyle. We talked about that. Dak left via injury on the heels of what was easily the worst game of his NFL career. So when he comes back, we can't immediately assume he's just going to be the 4,500-yard passer, the one who fell just 3 yards shy of Tony Romo for a single season passing record. We have to assume that he's going to need a little bit of time to regain form, especially with what will then be a new look wide receiver group that didn't look the same way when he went down in week 1, which didn't look the same way from 2021. So I think that you continue to lean on the run when Dak gets back. You kind of predicate your offense upon that and getting the ball out quickly. And then as Dak starts to get more comfortable, Isaiah, then, you start taking more downfield shots.
Yeah, I just think he needs to sit out until he's healthy. Just straight up. Just don't even come back until you have full grip strength. They have grip strength machines and all kinds of things like that where you can test out how much power you have. Absolutely. And hopefully they've done that on that side of the building. My question for Cowboys Nation is, would you be willing to take a Dak Prescott who comes back and needs 2 games performing worse than Cooper Rush is to get back to his regular state, or would you rather keep Cooper Rush rolling the way he is? That's a question that that's what's going to be faced with, the Dallas Cowboys are going to be faced with, and that's what you might be facing when Dak comes back, because there's a lot of things that you miss out on by not being live in the game. And that's just the reality. Dak had 1 game under his belt. He didn't have a preseason. This is how he played 1 game since freaking January. So I mean, that's a long freaking time to not have a game under your belt. So now here he is missing 3 or, about to be 3 weeks of ball, 4, 5, possibly whatever is down the road. And timing is off. Cadence is off. Offensive line is probably going to start having less and less penalties. Now all of a sudden you put Dak back in there. Now the penalties might show back up because they've gotten adjusted to Cooper Rush's timing. His cadence, his fluctuations of his voices. I mean, there's so much that goes into the game of football that everybody doesn't really take into consideration when you have a change at a position as important as a quarterback.
Yeah, and I was thinking back to the Denver game last year. That was 1 game that he missed, and then the bye week, and with the calf strain. And I think he was rusty seeing the field just then. So I think that's going to be a factor. But the bottom line is, when he's ready to grip it and throw it,
grip it and rip it,
he will be on the field.
He's back in the
because
game.
he's pushing probably right now to play. Oh yeah, I can do it, and he's not ready. But that's Dak.
Yeah.
And so once he's ready, they're going to put him out there.
In his mind, he's a competitor, and he doesn't want to lose any kind of leverage that he might have as a competitor and as a spot that is his moving forward. But as a team, this is best case scenario. I mean, Cooper Rush is balling out, and you don't have to rush your franchise quarterback back into the fold.
Absolutely, you don't have to rush him. It gives him time to
not on purpose.
That's good then.
Yeah, that was nice.
Thanks.
It does give him time to get 100% healthy, and we said this earlier in the week, and I'm of the mindset that as soon as he's 100% healthy, it doesn't matter if Cooper Rush is undefeated at that time. You put QB1 back in. And to answer Isaiah's question, from my standpoint, I would rather take my lumps in October than in November and December. So the longer you wait to put Dak Prescott in a scenario wherein you might figure, okay, well, the hot hand, Dak will just, if you play that out, then he might come back in late October or early November when it's really critical that you start getting things together, and you still need to iron out wrinkles. I don't want wrinkles to have to be ironed out in November. I'd rather, put the denim on the ironing board and get that taken care of early October.
The challenge that he and the training staff and Coach McCarthy are going to face is that whatever happens this week, doesn't matter win or loss, your next 2 games they're formidable, right? You have some solid freaking opponents coming up. So now you start looking at it, is he close? Should we bring him back, right? We know we got two rough games coming up against teams that are proven to be solid, especially in the NFC. So do we?
Especially in the interior. You think about the Rams and Aaron Donald, and then you got Philadelphia, Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, Brandon
more
Graham.
Reason to have Peters in there, but I mean,
just
that's
a sidebar. I mean, no big deal.
But these are real questions, right? At 80% Dak, let's say next week he's 80%. Do you let him go? Or do you hold him back and just say, we'll see how this thing goes? It's going to be a challenging position that this entire organization is in, because a lot of guys play at 80%. Sorry for the fans out there. You think everybody's 100%. The only time you're 100% is before you report to camp. Guys are out there playing at 80%. Do you take an 80% Dak, or do you want him at 100? And if you want him at 100, you might have to sacrifice not having him out there for not only this game, but Philly and for the Rams.
Rob, when you were watching him throw on the practice field, even though it might have been very, very light, what would be your confidence meter look like, or what would your confidence meter look like for him to play at near 100% starting against the Rams in Week 5?
I have no idea. I mean, it was encouraging that he could grip the ball.
Yeah,
like he was able to grip it. But again, very light. So in a week's time, like how much does that progress? I don't know, because I don't think I've covered a guy that's had this particular injury, a quarterback. So I don't really know like how the timetable is to do it. But they're not. I don't think they're ruling this next week out, which would mean it would be a rapid period of strength recovery with the grip.
Sure.
My concern would be, I think I believe, regardless of what happens this Sunday against Washington, Cooper Rush has shown me he can go into hostile territory. He can win you a game. You take that and you weigh it up against if Dak Prescott is 80%, are you going for an 80% Dak Prescott? I'd rather a 100% Dak Prescott in Philadelphia against that Eagles pass rush and whatnot than an 80% Dak Prescott in Los Angeles, a team that I think Cooper Rush has a shot at beating. I'm not saying that, that I'm not giving my prediction on that just yet, but I think Cooper Rush has a solid shot at beating him, especially with the defense that he has on the other side of the ball. Yeah. So I would rather 100% Dak Prescott for Philly and beyond than 80% against Los Angeles. And then what happens if Aaron Donald gets hands on him and takes him down and he goes to brace? And I don't like thinking about those types of things. I want that 100% healthy. It is a long season, and there's still a lot left to play.
For sure, but those are very important games too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean every game is, but I understand what you're saying because those NFC and NFC East. So yeah,
I think they have the second easiest strength of schedule in the league, if I'm correct. Right.
Most of that is because of your division and how bad they were last year.
I mean, but you got some teams that are just not very good.
Jacksonville
to date.
later,
exactly.
Houston.
But these are important games in terms of not only are they important because of the division that they're in, but it's also important because you need to know who you are. Mm-hmm. These are teams that you're going to find out who you are against. Obviously, you can look at Cincinnati and you look at Tampa, all that stuff. Cincinnati hasn't been Cincinnati except for yesterday they showed up, but those are tests that you want to have. That's your midterms. Even though it's early in the season, those are your midterm tests where you say, okay, let's evaluate where we're at. How good are we really at these particular positions? Because these guys have some dudes. And, there is, people, when you think about the thumb or any finger, right? Everybody who plays football has dislocated fingers, and it sucks, right? I mean, you're talking about small joints that don't have a lot of muscle mass around them. You're talking about tendons that have to get accustomed to squeezing and gripping and flexing and strengthening. There's a whole lot that goes into it. It's not just, okay, sit back, let it heal. Okay, go out there and throw the ball again. Yep. Like, no, you have to adjust back to gripping again. And sometimes you're gripping the ball differently. Ball comes out bad. Or the bad shotgun snap, it hits you in your thumb. Like, there's a lot of things that go into it aside from just going out there and grabbing the ball and throwing it.
You remember the initial diagnosis for this injury was 6 to 8 weeks, too. Yeah. And we're only in week 3 going into week 4 of that injury. So it's different. There's a timetable to it, and that timetable looks more muddy and muddy as we get closer to when it actually is going to happen. I wouldn't be against letting this thing play out. Win or lose with Cooper Rush this week, next week, and the week after, I want Dak Prescott to be healthy, and I don't want to be a question about what he's doing when he comes back into the fold at all. When he's back and when he's ready, give me Dak Prescott.
Absolutely.
Let's ride. But outside of that, no, not Russell Wilson.
Please no Russell Wilson.
But let that happen before you put him back into the fold. That's the biggest thing, I think, moving forward. By the way, Cooper Rush, this is a really fun stat. One of 4 undrafted quarterbacks in the common draft era to have a winning record and a 90-plus passer rating in his career as a starter. Those other 3, Tony Romo, Jason Garrett, which is one of the other quarterbacks that had won their first 3 starts for the Cowboys, and Kurt Warner, the Hall of Famer. Those are the only 3 other quarterbacks in NFL history
you might have heard of him
that have had that stat.
The Cooper Rush movie, is that coming one day?
Yeah.
I just saw that on Prime. They got the Kurt Warner movie.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Did you watch it?
No, I've not. But, I mean, you talk about an amazing story.
Yeah.
And for, Hall of Famer, crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not going that far with Cooper Rush, but he is off to a great start, and he gives a lot of credit to the team around. Like, he was asked about what it would mean to start off 4-0, and he's like, it just means I've got a hell of a defense, a running game, great receivers. Guys are stepping up for him. That's what you have to do when a backup's in.
And he's not wrong. I mean, he would be justified he would never do it publicly, so we should do it for him. Give him his roses for the play that he's putting up, because Cincinnati notwithstanding, which, a couple dropped interceptions, but as far as his accuracy and decision-making against the Giants, it was phenomenal. So he's playing phenomenal football right now. So roses to Cooper Rush for that, but it's also true that what he said is accurate. I mean, he has the best defense in the NFL on the opposite side of the ball. He has 2 of the best running backs in the league behind him. He has an offensive line that's really starting to come together, and then they drop Jason Peters into the fold. Go ahead and flex, Isaiah.
Hey,
and so he's right. And then you have special teams. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the prowess of special teams as well. So they're winning as a team right now. So again, I don't see. And you're right. Each of these games are important. Logistically speaking, the Philadelphia game is more important because it's a double up, right? It's the NFC and an NFC East if you can get that win there, or it's a double up on a loss if you lose there. I want Dak Prescott 100% for that game and beyond more than I want him 80% in Los Angeles.
No doubt about it. And that's, I think, the conversation moving forward. But our conversation moving forward is going to be what matchups to watch this week against the Washington Commanders. We'll give our matchups, and then we'll start picking some games. By the way, if you want to be a part of our Pick'em segment, give us a call, 888-855-2297. We will have you on hold, and then we'll have you as a part of the fan segment coming up soon when we come back here on Talkin Cowboys.
When you build, you start with the foundation. And home ownership is a foundation of a stable future. The Bank of America Community Home Ownership Commitment has helped over 34,000 people lay the groundwork so far, with up to $10,000 towards your down payment or 3% of the purchase price, whichever is less. The satisfaction of owning your own place can become a reality. Visit bankofamerica.com/homeowner to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
Did you get to work on time?
Yeah, but I just realized it's Sunday.
Little Sweet says head on home. Dr. Pepper's on its way. So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you invest your nest egg in an NFT?
Yeah, and I don't even know what that is.
It's a non-fungible token. Everyone's done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Are you ready to take coffee off your grocery list forever? Black Rifle Coffee Club is here to help. As a coffee club member, you'll get your favorite coffees roasted, packaged, and shipped to your door free of charge on your preferred schedule. Set it, forget it, and never run low on coffee again. Members also get exclusive deals on coffee, products, and discounts from partner brands. Ease your mind and let Black Rifle worry about your coffee supply. Go to blackriflecoffee.com to join the coffee club today.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Are you the ultimate Cowboys fan? Well, if you are, you're probably listening to this show, right? I mean, right? If you're the ultimate Cowboys fan, you got to be listening to this show.
Of course, the best show ever.
That's usually how it goes. So if you are one of those fans, or if you have a friend that's a fan like that, you can nominate them for the NFL and Cowboys Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan, and win a trip to Super Bowl 57 in Arizona. Nominate yourself or a friend at dallascowboys.com/fan of the year. Back here with Talkin Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company. And since it is Say It With Your Chest Friday, we got to get something off of our chest as well. And it really, this one hurts a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot. Yeah, you're right. And it's Gavin Escobar, one of the guys that really lit up a locker room during his time and lit up the building during his time with the Cowboys, former tight end for Dallas, passing away yesterday because of an accident out in California. And, Rob, you probably spent the most time with Gavin. Chris Beam in the back. Also, Chris, if you want to add something here, you totally can as well. But sad news coming down yesterday.
Yeah, the reports and the Cowboys put out a message on Twitter last night. A rock climbing accident out in the desert. One of two people apparently passed away in the accident, and it's just sad. He was such a nice person and a really talented player. He played with a few teams, I think, after 4 years with the Cowboys, and I didn't know kind of where he had moved on next in his life, but he had just become a firefighter, I think, in February. And the Long Beach Fire Department actually is the one that announced this. So,
oh man,
just another blow to the Cowboys family. I mean, you think about all the people they have lost. This organization has lost in the past year, and I can't even name everybody. But Marion Barber, Gary Brown, Marilyn Love, Dan Reeves, Rayfield Wright, you just go on, and this is another one. And at 31 years old, I mean, it's two kids, wife. It's awful.
Yeah, not fun at all.
It's I mean, there aren't words that can describe when the world loses a spirit like that. Like Rob said so eloquently, Escobar was a light in this world, and proof of that was what he went on to do. What he was going on to do after his NFL career with, being a firefighter. He was looking to help people and save lives. Unfortunately, lost his, like you said, Kyle, in a rock climbing accident. And, prayers and condolences and just endless positive vibes to, his family, his children. And, the world lost a good one. And 31 years old, it's a constant reminder that live.
Yep.
Live.
No doubt about it.
He'd be great, man.
He did that too. I mean, the way that he played it in his NFL career, and then the way that he worked into his post career too. Played with the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Dolphins. Yeah. Coming out of San Diego State, a second-round pick back in 2013. So, rest in peace, Gavin Escobar. Yes. Definitely a shot to the Cowboys family and somebody that we've all gotten to watch over the last couple of years. So. Now we're moving on from that and trying to look ahead now to the Washington. Almost did it. Almost did it.
The R.
No, it was an F.
Oh,
almost said football team.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess that one up. Okay. But I almost said football team. But it's the Washington Commanders.
But are we sure they're one of those? No.
What?
Are we sure they're a football team?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go that far because now if
Isaiah said they're compost, so I don't think
you said it too on Monday or
I didn't
Tuesday.
say compost.
What did you say?
I said their stadium is a septic tank. So I mean, we're
either way,
I'd rather be compost than a septic tank.
Yeah, I think I would too.
That's just nasty.
Fix your plumbing.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, matchups to watch. Isaiah, who are you looking at for a big-time matchup this week?
Special teams.
Mm-hmm.
Special teams. Their special teams unit jumps off the screen when you watch these guys on film. I know nobody pays attention to that stuff but me, but it's important. And I think Dallas's special teams has been an unsung hero through these first few games. Not only Brian Anger, one of the best in the world to do it. Last year, obviously one of two best in the world. And I think he's just continuing to pick up where he left off. Where he's putting these punts and how he's flipping field position, people, please pay attention to it. Please pay attention to it. It's not the day of old times where it's just like you didn't care about your kicker and your punter. This dude is changing the game, and as well as the defense is playing, look where these teams are having to start their series at. And then, yes, the defense goes out there and takes care of business, but their defense and Brian Anger are hip to hip a lot of times, and he does an amazing job of pinning these teams in bad positions or where they either can't return a punt or where they just don't want to. And either way, he's doing an amazing job. And then our coverage teams are obviously doing a great job as well. And then returns. I mean, everybody talks about Kevontae Turpin, and yeah, they very well should be, but he can't do what he does without the guys that are out there blocking for him. I say all that to say Washington's cover teams, they get after it. They freaking go. So I'm looking forward to seeing the matchup, especially when Turpin has some opportunities on punt return and kick return on if our guys can get it blocked up and give him a chance, because these guys – they run hard. They're bigger guys. They run hard and they hit, and they tackle really well too. So I'll be watching the special teams unit.
Maybe not this week, but at some point this season, do you think Turpin has a return touchdown?
Yes.
Punt or kick at some point?
Yeah, if they keep giving him opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Every opportunity he's had this year, he's made them pay for it.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of fans are looking for the touchdown. But understand, the return he had last week, that was like 2 first downs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's 6, 7, 8 plays less that Kellen Moore has to try to figure out.
Fact.
Right? By Turpin doing that over a span of 2 seconds.
Massive.
I think he gets the touchdown in Los Angeles. I think it's something about that.
He goes
SoFi.
right back to SoFi and does it?
About that SoFi cooking. But
Isaiah and I won't be in the booth, so it's
it might be a little different.
It's a little different.
We definitely had that.
The
call.
atmosphere was better.
We definitely had that call.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, I actually called that one.
Yeah. Rob
you and I were standing.
Yeah,
Rob and I will take it from here.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, have fun.
That's why there's no air conditioning in that building.
Oh my God! Don't get me started. My matchup to watch against the Commanders is going to be. I'm confident Tyler Smith is going to handle his business on the edge, but I'm looking to see Jason Peters / Zach Martin and Tyler Biadasz as well against the Bama boys, Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne. Those two guys, they can wreck a game. And as we've talked about, quite a bit, if you win the interior of the line, then you're probably going to win. That particular game. So Cowboys need to keep the pressure from impacting Cooper Rush and that Cowboys rushing attack from the interior, and that's going to mean stopping both Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. And, all eyes on Zach Martin. Zach Martin's going to be Zach Martin, so good luck to the Bama boys when it comes to matching up against Zach Martin. But based on what we saw with Jason Peters at guard and the limited snaps in New York, good luck going against Jason Peters as well. So you're talking about two future Hall of Famers going against two All-Pros. Something's got to give. Key me in for that.
That's what's funny to me. People, very much so. People need to give Zach Martin his freaking props. He's that freaking dude, right?
We've been talking about this upstairs.
That dude. But Zach Martin has how many Pro Bowls?
Seven
to date, right? Yeah. Today he's younger than Peters, but how many does Peters have?
9. You're
talking about two freaking dudes. So people are talking about Peters, the 40-year-old that played left tackle. And you're taking somebody who has more Pro Bowls and a more successful a career than Zach Martin does, and putting him one hole over.
Ring 2.
Freaking A.
Like the way you put it too, both guys in between two young players. Mm-hmm. Biadasz, Steele on the right side, Tyler, Biadasz on the left side. That is invaluable, man. And apparently Peters has been really good in the locker room about paying it forward.
Everybody keeps saying
it.
Zeke said it yesterday as well. We asked Zeke about how it feels, like how does it look when Peters is in the game, and of course he said it looks fantastic for the most part. But then at the same time, he was like he immediately he started talking about the mentoring and what he imparts upon the young guys like Tyler Smith. And so everybody keeps saying that Peters has been fantastic.
It's one thing to come in and say it, because in his opening media availability, Peters was like, I want to be somewhere where I can help people grow and help people get better. Tyler Smith is one guy out of a bunch of guys here that could use that type of mentorship and allow guys like Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, and now Jason Peters to teach them.
It's really intriguing to me. I know Rob probably has something to say on this too. It's really intriguing to me that last game when Peters came in, he had that amazing block. Pollard takes off, but then you see him on the following plays, and it was almost like he was getting confirmation and affirmation of what his responsibilities were from Tyler Biadasz. So Tyler Biadasz giving him the commands, and you guys go back and watch it. He's turning to Biadasz and getting the word like, hey, what am I doing here? Okay, cool. And they're on the same page. Now they're on one accord. Yeah. Watch how that changes. Watch how that changes once he has a full understanding and confidence in the offense. Now you're going to have, like you mentioned, a Tyler Biadasz in the middle, calling the plays, right? Calling things up front, and he's going to have Peters on his left, Martin on his right, and those guys be able to communicate with him and say, no, let's not do that. Let's do this, because they know better.
All right.
That, to me, and that's the reason why I said put him in there at that position. Aside from that, it's different, man. Yeah. Like for him to look both ways and say, these guys are both freaking Hall of Famers that are still doing what they do. They have more knowledge than me. They know better than me. It doesn't matter if you put Payne here. It doesn't matter if you put Fletcher Cox here. Them guys are going to tap me on my hip and say, let's go, combo. Right. Or whatever the call might be, and you have full confidence that you're good because these are one of the best that ever have done it.
Hall of Fame sandwich.
Yes.
It's the Hall of Fame sandwich. It's a Hall of Fame sandwich.
It's a Biadasz sandwich on Hall of Fame bread.
Exactly. That's exactly what that is.
That's actually
a little bit better than Brio.
I love it.
So how much do you expect him to play this week? We said the other day that more than 14 snaps is a pretty safe bet.
Absolutely.
But if he's working him to practice and he's continuing to take more reps and snaps, do you expect him to play more than 14 snaps?
I do. I don't know how many. It's going to depend on, like McCarthy always says, we'll go through the whole week and see how he's doing. Maybe 30 plus, and then you just kind of incrementally do it per week. Maybe that's the way they do it.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see. I think I would be surprised if it's not more than 2 series, which is what he got last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be more. Hopefully it's more. If it is, then Washington's going to have a tough time getting inside pressure.
I expect it to be more.
You'd expect more than
14 last week.
Yeah, more than that.
I think that's
I would expect that he'd start and get upwards of between 20 to 25, depending on how the series are going. And then they put Farniok in. But, yeah, he's going to get more than 14.
Yeah. And you're getting Connor McGovern healthy, too. I don't know if he'll be ready this week. But they've got, as we said on Media Mash yesterday, those are some good problems that they're getting at certain positions.
Mm-hmm.
Safety, guys getting healthier. J-Ron's getting close.
That's
pretty good.
huge.
As we also said on Talkin Cowboys yesterday, so if you missed that episode, run it back.
This is a show that y'all need to come to get that knowledge. You understand me? Not only do you get that knowledge, you get wisdom, and you get science.
That's science.
You get pecs percolating. You get the percolating.
You also get fan involvement, too, because when we come back here on Talking Cowboys, we are going to – you got to stop that.
I'll save it for the Escobar read.
You got to Escobar.
I'll save it for the Escobar read.
When we come back, we are picking the best games around the NFL, and we'll continue on in a moment here on Talking Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Black Rifle Coffee Company serves premium coffee to people who love America. When you drink Black Rifle coffee, you are directly supporting veterans, law enforcement, and first responders in your community. Black Rifle's expert roasters love coffee almost as much as Texas loves football, so it makes sense that America's Coffee partnered with America's team. Go online at blackriflecoffee.com and fuel up with the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. That's blackriflecoffee.com to fuel up today.
Lil Sweet! Did you get to work on time?
Yeah, but I just realized it's Sunday.
Lil Sweet says head on home. Dr. Pepper's on its way. So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you invest your nest egg in an NFT?
Yeah, and I don't even know what that is. It's a non-fungible token.
Everyone's done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Whether you're watching from home or you're cheering in the stands with Essilor lenses, you can see every exciting play. Book an appointment at your local Essilor experts and see what Essilor can do for you. See more, do more. Essilor here on Talkin' Cowboys. He's setting up calls. It's okay. It's fine.
And it actually worked this time. And
it did work this time.
Yeah, man.
Got the WD-40 rolling.
I prepared it.
You know what? It's okay. We'll get to it next week. We'll get right back at it. It's been a long week. There you go.
There it is.
Knock that out of the way. Knock it out of the way. There it is.
It's like the Anchorman clip. I can't work under these conditions.
Oh my God.
That is not what "say it with your chest" is supposed to look like. That is not what That's not what it's supposed to look like. Nope.
If you want to pick games, call in now.
Yep, call in now. 888-855-2297. 888-855-2297. Give us a call if you want to be a part of our pickup segment. All right, let's take a look at DraftKings. These are your under the radar DraftKings guys to watch this week. You can play for free for over $1 million with your deposit. Cooper Rush, Kevontae Turpin, Jake Ferguson, and the defense. Patrick, who are you picking out of that group of guys?
I'm going with the defense on this one. I'm going with the defense.
It's good value with 3,500.
Absolutely, it is. You take that value and you weigh it up against the offensive line they're going up against, the quarterback they're going up against. I love the mentality they have going into this week. They're not overlooking the Commanders. They're really looking to do some destruction. So, yeah, I'm going with the defense on this one.
I think Nosea and I have taken the defense all 4 weeks. I'm just gonna keep doing it.
And I'm not sorry.
Not sorry about it.
I would take the defense, but I'm going to be a different guy over here. I'm going to go with Kevontae Turpin.
$3,200.
$3,200. Okay, I'm going to go with Turpin just because I think it's a big matchup for the special teams unit, and I think that he is ready for that challenge, and I think that Bones Fossil is going to ensure that these guys are ready like Freddie, ready to go right now like John Legend.
Okay.
Like that.
So defense. I would even look at Jake Ferguson there. I wonder what the value would be because he's $2,500. If Dalton Schultz isn't in play, what Peyton Hendershots would look like. Maybe take a look at that if you're on DraftKings too. I don't know what his number would look like, but from a fantasy standpoint, he may be one of those guys you might want to keep.
That might be tremendous value if Schultz doesn't go.
Yeah, shoot your shot.
How about that? All right. It's time to pick some games.
Heck yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm not completely through with the standings update, but I will say of the games that I've heard on my phone, I'm going to try and get it by the end of the episode. But last week, at the moment, the fans are 3-2. Rob is leading the way at 4-1. His only one that he's missed so far was the Dolphins. He picked the Bills to beat the Dolphins, and the Dolphins won that game.
Can't get the Bills right.
Me and Patrick at the moment are 3-1. I haven't heard the pick of the game that we're doing there, and Isaiah's 2-2 at the moment.
So. I have room to lose.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
You had 1 game lead, so right now you would be tied with pretty much everybody.
Clawing my way back in.
Yeah, I'm my brother's keeper. I want to make sure if I fall back so that I can be on the same level playing field as y'all.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, thank goodness.
So humble.
Yeah. What a sacrifice it is for you to do. Yes. All right, Beamer, do we have a caller here for Talking Cowboys here on this Say It With Your Chest Friday in Week 4?
Right now, your caller is going to be me because no one's calling.
Oh, what you got, Beamer?
We can have
what
Beamer
you got,
pick.
Beamer
pick. 888-855-2297.
I was about to go step out in the hall and say there's a tour going by. That'd be awesome.
Where's B in Ohio?
Bring somebody in.
Yeah, exactly.
Beamer as a guest. Beamer, what's your question for us today, huh?
Wait.
No question.
No question.
That was a good, quickest call.
Okay, Beam, you want to pick today?
Yeah.
You want to represent the fans? We haven't done this yet. Beamer from Frisco.
Oh, he just ran back in.
Oh, did he? Did he really?
He tried to go get
He
somebody
was
from the
looking to see
hallway.
if there was a tour.
Yeah,
He was serious.
He's back in the office now.
Okay.
Grab Jazz, maybe.
You in there,
Jazz
Beamer?
is around.
I'm here now.
Okay,
I'll
Beamer.
see if there's a tour outside.
You're picking
there's
them.
not.
You're picking them.
Okay.
All right,
Let's
so
go.
our picks for Chris in Frisco. Welcome to Talking Cowboys.
Chris
here on this Say It With Your Chest Friday. How about that? All right. Let's start things off with I hear a phone ringing in the background. Yeah, I mean, we given a lot of opportunity. Pick it up, see who it is, and if it's somebody that's already picked, then you're going to pick it. How about that?
All right, give me a second.
Okay, here we go. We're going to pause. We're going to vamp here.
It's
We're gonna
probably
continue to
Carson
vamp.
Wentz.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's Carson Wentz calling in with his prediction.
What would his prediction be?
Pain. You can interpret that however you want.
Prediction?
Pain.
All right, I got someone.
Hey, okay,
Got
who
Bob
is
in
it?
Nashville.
Clutch.
Let's go, Bob.
Bob in Nashville, our
Clutch
guy.
like Cooper.
Okay.
Bobby.
How about Clutch Bob coming in right there at the end? We're going to get Chris and Frisco on this show at some point
Yes,
down the line.
at some point.
But what's up, Bob? How's it going, my friend?
Good, guys. I felt sorry for you, so I thought I'd call in again.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you for feeling sorry for us. All right, here we go. Let's go with the Bills on the road against the Ravens. The Ravens at 2-1, and then the Bills trying to bounce back after a loss last week against the Dolphins.
Why are you doing this to me?
I know. Bob, what you got in this one?
I'm going with the Bills. I think they're a little angry after what happened last week. So I think they're going to come back strong. And I also think that their offense is just too good for Baltimore.
They are very good. Isaiah?
Are the Bills secondary, are they healthy this week?
They've still got guys out kind of scattered
I'll
throughout.
go with Baltimore.
Okay.
I'm going Baltimore the last 2 weeks, split that 1-1. The Ravens secondary, I want to choose Baltimore, but that Ravens secondary against Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs scares me. I'm taking Buffalo.
Okay.
Congrats to Isaiah. I'm taking the Bills.
I'm going to go with the Ravens at home. I think you get it done at home. All right.
Check,
Yep, no doubt. Seahawks on the road against the Lions. Lions got to win. They've been having some fun. Isaiah, who you got on this one?
Seattle, baby.
Seattle. All right. I'm going to take Detroit. What? Bob, who you got?
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Detroit. I really like what they're doing so far this year, and I think their offense is just a little too much for Seattle.
Hold on to the Dan Campbell bandwagon, sir.
I was liking you,
Rob.
sir.
Dan Campbell was my first interview with the Cowboys.
Oh.
A long time ago.
That's
but
fun.
I'm going Seahawks.
Okay.
High five. Very nice.
I'm going with the Dan Campbells. I said it last season. I'm going to say it again this season. The Lions cannot be overlooked. They are scrappy. They can beat you up and make it challenging. So
Patriots and the Packers. We got to go, guys. Okay, Geno. All right, calm down, Geno Smith. The Patriots and the Packers. This sounds like a Patrick going first game. Get it with the P's?
I like it.
Okay. Patrick.
That's why you stumbled all over.
Who you got? Yep.
I'm going with the Packers.
Okay, Isaiah.
What was the matchup? Patriots and who?
Patriots and the Packers.
Oh, Aaron's getting it figured out.
Yep.
All right, Pack.
Yeah. No Mac
Bob, who
Jones.
you got?
I got Packers.
Yeah, give me Green Bay as well. This is a really fun one. Sunday Night Football, the Chiefs and the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Rob.
Bucks offenses. Give me the Chiefs.
Okay. Give me Kansas City as well on the road. Isaiah.
TB12 is getting his guys back.
Okay.
Let's go.
So you're going the Bucks.
Yeah.
Bob.
Chiefs.
Okay.
It's not like Mahomes hasn't done some damage in Tampa before. I'm taking Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Tampa beat Mahomes in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but Mahomes still knows how to put up points.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Rams and the 49ers Monday Night Football matchup and the NFC West Division. I'm going to take the Rams on the road against San Francisco. That team just hasn't figured it out offensively yet. Patrick.
Rams.
Okay.
Bobby Wagner.
So the Rams. Bob.
I'm going to go with an upset 49ers.
Ooh, I like it. Say it with your chest. Bob, I like it.
Spicy Bob.
All right, let's see how spicy you get on this one. Cowboys at home against the Washington Commanders. Big time matchup at noon on Sunday. Bob, who you got in this one?
I got the boys 24-16.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say 2. I thought it was going to be 24-2, and I would have loved that statement as well. Bob, thank you for your support as always. Thanks for coming in and clutch here today. Appreciate you as always, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks.
There he goes. Bob from Nashville. All right, Rob, who you got?
Forgot my matchup. Charles Leno Jr., Sam Cosmi. Giddy up, because it's going to be that's the challenge. Can they stop 11 sacks, I think, from the Cowboys' edge rushers so far this season? I think Micah gets back in the sack column. Cowboys win like 24-17.
Okay. So it's still kind of a tight game. Patrick?
Cowboys' defense is going to maul Carson Wentz in that offense. And I think Cooper Rush and that wide receiver core is starting to kind of gel a little bit. I think this is the first game of the season that the Cowboys break the 30 mark. Cowboys 31-13.
Okay. I don't think you're going to have as many sacks as you're thinking, like as everybody kind of looks into it. I think it would be like 3 or 4 sacks, but you're going to get 3 turnovers. I think you're going to take away the football 3 times from this Washington offense. The Cowboys win, I'm going to say 27-10. 27-10 Cowboys get the dub. All right, Isaiah, who you got?
I'm going 35-10.
Dang.
John Ridgway stands no chance this week.
The marquee matchup to look out for, John Ridgway against the Cowboys' entire offensive line. He's going to take on all 5 of them at one point, right?
Ridgway versus Peters, baby. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a fun one.
Yeah.
First time matchup.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it should, right? It should. All right, that does it here for us on Talking Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company. Hope you had some fun with us this week, and we will be back on Monday to break it all down for you at 9 a.m. Central Time. For Chris Beam, Rob Phillips, Isaiah Stanback, I'm Kyle Yeomans, Patrick Walker as well. I don't know why I just skipped over. I've been going all over the place. But Patrick Walker, I'm Kyle Yeomans saying so long. We'll see you next week here on Talking Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?